qualifying campaign. These two nations set to face off again in Group D. They played the reverse meeting just a few days ago. Uruguay winning by 33. Elsewhere in this group, Argentina won by 12 in Cuba. Their reverse meeting comes tomorrow. Each of the 4 groups of the Americas qualifiers, teams playing each other home and away, a total of 6 games. The top 3 advance to the second round, taking their records with them. Then it's 2 groups of 6, the top 3 from each group, and the fourth place team make up the 7 Americas nations at the 32-team World Cup in Qatar in 2027. The road team in this reverse meeting tonight, they're being introduced first. It's a big performance that didn't play at this summer's America Cup when the team went 0-3. They showed up a bit in terms of being able to give us a glimpse of what they're capable of adding in the matchup between these two nations a few days ago. Window, who's playing the Euro Cup with JL Borg this season. His best player, game 1 with a 14.10 rebound, 3 block, double-double. Uruguay have a maturing young core that promises bright things in the near future. 10 of the 12 players on this roster aged 27 or below. Although Crowley credited the growth of those players at the America Cup in the summer. They continue to show that here by going 2-0 in this World Cup qualifying campaign. Shot out of the gates in the game a few days ago. Shot lights out. Sprinted on offense, coast to coast, right the way through the opening 10 minutes. And Panama, a long way back in the rearview mirror. To do that again here on home court now, in front of their fans in the capital. In this one, we will pause for the 2 national anthems. passionate crowd in the capital for a rousing Uruguayan national anthem. The 44th team in the FIBA World Rankings hosting Panama, the 58th ranked nation, here in Montevideo on game day 2 of the 2027 FIBA World Cup Americas qualifiers in Group D. Introduction to your officiating crew. You soon get an introduction to your starting fives as well. But the officials from Puerto Rico and Brazil tonight. So players going through their final warm-ups ahead of this one. So Panama can bridge the 33-point gap, which they lost in the reverse meeting a few days ago. Ricardo Lindo stands out, 14.10 rebound double-double. In that one, 3 offensive boards, 3 blocks. Trevor Gaskins was 0 of 6 from the field. He could do better. Gil Mitchell had a joint team high 14 points for Gonzalo Garcia's team. A positive 9 points, 3 rebounds from Eric Romero. To 12 points, 4 rebounds, 4 assists, a steal, but also 5 turnovers from Jivan Jackson. Here's the Uruguayan starting 5. Joaquin Rodriguez, Luciano Parodi, Santiago Vescovi, Gonzalo Iglesias in there as well for head coach Gerardo Jauregui. We are just about ready to go here in Montevideo. As for those Uruguayan players really standing out, Luciano Parodi, 31-year-old point guard, had a team-high 23 points, 6 rebounds, 6 assists, 0 turnovers in that first meeting between these two. He wears the number 21, a 2-time Uruguayan League MVP. A 16-point contribution in just 18 minutes on perfect 4 of 4 3-point shooting as well from 26-year-old guard Nicola Pomoli. Gerardo Jauregui's team reproduce in front of their own fans tonight. Panama made it to the Olympics all the way back in 1968. They've qualified for 4 World Cups since then, but their last one was back in 2006. They failed to qualify for the last 4 editions. A bit of promise on the continental stage recently. 4 straight American Cup qualifications, their best ever streak. Uruguay are looking to end what would be a 41-year drought to compete at their 9th World Cup. Their last global tournament came in Spain back in 1986. The regulars up until that point, that was their 7th appearance in a stretch of 9 editions. They've since failed to qualify for each of the last 9 World Cups in a row. With this new group that's been growing together, finally take them back to that grand stage. Dominated on the road in Panama on game day 1, a 60-93 win. Racing out of the gates with a 12-28 first period, never looking back. Last 3 quarters all won by Uruguay as well, but at least competitive. Margins of 7, 6 and 4 those last 3 periods. Can Panama start better tonight? Give themselves a chance to improve their ball circulation, to create better shots. Just 9 assists in the game. Panama, they were a torrid 4 of 28 from downtown on Friday, just 14%. That invited Uruguay to run. The Panamanians didn't rebound the ball well. Most of all, though, I guess tonight they're going to have to improve their perimeter defense. On home court, they allowed 26 assists and 14 threes at 47% accuracy. In this one with a turnover. It's a big ask for them, but we have seen many upsets already, even in window one of this qualifying campaign for the 2027 FIBA World Cup in Qatar. Well, his shot is too long from Parodi, who had the 23 points, leading scorers in the previous game. Up high, too high. Asking for a push, I think, was Ricky Lindo, but Uruguay are not hanging around here. Three-point shot off. Was faced by a defender on the miss. So many of those threes for Uruguay in the first game were wide open, especially in that first period. This time it's Panama creating the open shot. Lindo misses. They're the kind of opportunities they really should take if they're going to bridge that huge margin between these two nations. Everything off right now. That one from Gonzalo Iglesias off right. Nice little slip behind, kick out, same player, same spot, same outcome. Another miss from Lindo. Offensive rebound this time. And a trip to the line, they worked hard for it. Eric Romero will go to the strike where he was 5 of 6 in the first game. Offensive rebounding count in the first game was pretty much even, despite the fact Uruguay hit so many of their shots and Panama missed so many of theirs, particularly on the perimeter, 47% versus 14%. No real rebounding advantage for Panama. Here they grab an offensive board for miss, and they get going via the foul line. Uruguay have started with a sequence of misses from the field, and it will continue. Rebound secured by Akila Mitchell. Jackson pinged out toward this side for Trevor Gaskins. Waits for his teammate to get back up. Akila Mitchell. So quick to pounce on the loose ball. An attack and a trip to the foul line, though. Uruguay will have a chance to cancel out the two from Panama. And Luciano Parodi. Bounce pass fisting towards the baseline, off the mark, rebound again, Mitchell, another offensive rebound, can't make the most of it. We're still waiting for a field goal here, 2.5 minutes in. Uruguay trying to change that, drawing the attention of the defense like moths to a flame and getting burnt from the perimeter. Parodi with the perfect highlight reel pass, and Iglesias from downtown, and Uruguay have their first lead. Is why he's a two-time Uruguayan League MVP, Luciano Parodi. And third in assists in the Uruguayan League last season, 5.6 a game. An immaculate game a few nights ago on game day 1 of this campaign. Wide open three on the turn, and it's good, and Panama ahead. Certainly starting better through the first 3 minutes here. Jackson. And a turnover on Uruguay. Now Jackson, who knocked down that 3 a few seconds ago for Panama, was 1 of 8 in the previous game. Still the early exchanges, but they have been better than they were on home court. Jackson again fouled. That's 3 on Uruguay already. Santiago Vescovi, 24-year-old guard, with the foul. They're committing just 1 so far. Jackson again. Almost an offensive rebound again. Lots of positive signs here for Panama. Rodriguez looking to push the pace. Joaquin Rodriguez. So back from Parodi. Shot clock down to the final 7 ticks here. Back out, try and stretch the defense. 3-point shot was a good look, and it was right on the money. Perfectly placed by Parodi, who this time becomes the scorer, having previously been the facilitator. Jackson always on the move, highly involved early on. Played 31 minutes in the first game. A bit of everything, 12 points, 4 rebounds, 4 assists and a steal, but also 5 turnovers. 1 of 8 3-point shooting. Pull of the trigger, and again hitting the target from the same spot on the far side. This time Joaquin Rodriguez from downtown. Just like that, Uruguay by 5. Get a bit closer though. Trevor Gaskins, who didn't hit a shot in the first game, gets Panama back within 2. He's knocked down a couple of threes already in the first 5 minutes, having only hit 4 in the whole of the first game. But Uruguay say, anything you can do, we can do better. Quite happy, Joaquin Rodriguez, to have a 3-point shootout. He's got a couple in quick succession. Trip to the line to come here for Akila Mitchell. He was Panama's second best player in the first game. Joint team high 14 points, as well as 7 rebounds and 2 steals, but also 4 turnovers. 6 of 7 from 2, but 0 of 3 from 3. And staying within touch here, something they did not do early on in the first game. Uruguay started 4 of 6 from 3-point range though. They're 47% in the first game. So despite the fact Panama have put 10 points on the board in just about the first half of this first quarter, they still trail by 3. And in fact, we haven't seen a 2-pointer made in this game yet. Two teams are 6 of 11 from 3-point range combined. From the elbow, that one will get some help from the home rim. And a glance off the glass as well for Parodi, who has 6 points. And Rodriguez both with 6. And glass as well was Romero. And Panama still staying within touch. Isolation attack, it was easy to get to the basket, but Pomoli missed the shot. Quick down the floor, off right, no foul. Lindo was frustrated by that, should have made the shot though. Now an open spot, and he's fouled by a frustrated Lindo trying to get back. A foul on the transition triple attempt from Joaquin Rodriguez to compound Ricky Lindo's frustration. It's a lost heads moment from Lindo. His second foul as well. It's not where you want to commit one. Yes, Joaquin Rodriguez has knocked down a couple of threes already in the opposite wing, but very little chance of Lindo getting back and blocking that. Joaquin Rodriguez just as capable at the stripe. In fact, shot 100% at the line at the America Cup in the summer. He's also 100% at the stripe in the FIBA Europe Cup for his club side this season. He's 100% on that trip there. Uruguay by 6, and Rodriguez has half of their 18 points. That's more than he scored in the whole game a few days ago. Lindo taking on the responsibility, taking on a pack and drawing some contact, trying himself to get back on track. That tough sequence of play that led to Rodriguez being at the line. He only played 16 minutes, Joaquin Rodriguez, in the first game. He had 8 points, 8 rebounds, 6 assists and 2 steals in that limited time. He's got 9 points already in this one, Rodriguez. This from Lindo, who's 0 of 4 from the field already. Now 0 of 1 at the line. Finally gets his first points. Uruguay shoots it superbly. They've also made some tough mistakes themselves, Panama, but they're only down 5. It's just a second turnover on Uruguay. These fans will show their appreciation for Lucas Capaldo, who ran the show early on in the first game. He only played 12 minutes of it, but he had 5 assists, a steal, and just 1 turnover. Capaldo's such a fun player to watch as well. Knocked away by Uruguay fronting up. Rojas. Eight on the shot clock, Panama down 5, trying to make it a 1-possession game. Gaskins. 3-point shot, too long for him. Another offensive rebound, Romero back out. They're queuing up on the perimeter. Lovely pass inside, and it's a comfortable finish for Mitchell after he was so well found by his teammates. It's a 3-point game here with 3 minutes the first to play. Metzger. Miss offensive ball for Uruguay this time. A foul as Pomoli goes up. First offensive rebound of the game for Uruguay. In which Panama had previously grabbed 3. It's a lovely pass inside by Roberto Armstrong. Pomoli at the line had a team second best 16 points in just 18 minutes in the first game. He was 4 of 4 from 3. 5 rebounds, 2 steals and a block as well, the 26-year-old guard. Didn't actually get to play at the America Cup in the summer, having done really well in qualifying. So determined to make up for lost time here. Uruguay back up by 5. Armstrong. Mitchell going to work forcefully on the baseline. Defense not budging. Plenty of time on the shot clock here. Armstrong. Mitchell might try his luck again. Up against Rojas. Passes back out. Did so accurately, but off the mark was Romero. Palbo, Rojas. And a reaching foul on Armstrong. It's Panama's last to get. Both teams in the bonus. 2 minutes and 9 seconds to play in the first. Comes Daniel Giron. Very little productivity from their bench in the first game, Panama. So they're hoping bench players can step up a bit more in this one. Oh, nice pinged passing from Uruguay. Nothing to show for it at the end, though. A chance for Panama to make it a one-possession game again. Mitchell. Go to work in the post, Mitchell. Turns it over, jumping into the passing lane to pick it off for Uruguay. Pushing the pace down the floor as well to Metzger. Vescovi, the heart of this move. And he's going to pull the trigger on the shot as well. First foul on Pomoli. That's that foul trying to fight for the offensive rebound. That was classed as a defensive foul, so Panama walk up the other end of the court to shoot a pair with Uruguay at the foul limit. Julian Jackson seemingly ready to play long minutes again. Played every second so far. He's got 5 points. Leads the way for Panama. Capalbo. Continue to prod and probe around the perimeter. Off-ball movement from Uruguay. Outside shot, rims out. Outside's possession, 72 to play in the first. It's a real battler. Capalbo. Rojas running interference for his teammate on the perimeter as well, getting him the post-up opportunity. Tough shot on the turn, doesn't go down. Rebound and a chance to run. Jackson. Get back within one or maybe even tie here. Jackson trying to shake off Capalbo. Takes the deep heave himself. Attacking into a pack and foul. Uruguay playing tough, get to the line for two. Molly has a couple of points already from the foul line. He did well in American qualifying. He didn't play at the main tournament. In qualifying, he played 18 minutes a game, averaged 8 points, 4.3 rebounds, and 2 steals. For his previous pair, but he misses that one. His team are not pulling away early in this one, as they did in Panama on Friday. Uruguay by 4. A couple of seconds differential between shot clock and game clock into the first period. Here, It goes to Romero. Romero forcefully through and finishes. And Panama back within two. They keep on chasing. They keep on getting closer. Oh, what a pass. Free spot. Wouldn't go down despite teasing these fans in Montevideo that it might. Uruguay do have the lead at the end of one. 21-19 over Panama. But they can't pull away just yet. Panama more stubborn, more solid, better defensively. Only down two, despite the fact Uruguay have knocked down 4 threes at 40%. Taken 4 more three-point attempts than 2-point attempts so far. Only made 1-2 in the game. Was the pick of all the passes. One of those 4 threes, but Jivan Jackson has done well. A couple of the threes from Joaquin Rodriguez, who's also got 5 rebounds, 9 points, 5 boards for Joaquin Rodriguez in his 7 minutes. 3 each from Parodi and Iglesias. But Panama, they've knocked down a couple of threes and 3 twos, but they've got to the line to make 7 of 8 so far. Uruguay 7 of 9, so both teams getting to the strike frequently. The key for Panama has been the offensive glass. 3 offensive rebounds already. Catch that QR code quick enough. If not, get to the App Store and get the Courtside 1891 app. Your smart device for all these streams, schedules and scores through these World Cup qualifiers and many more tournaments as we head towards Qatar 2027. Has been the largest lead for Uruguay. Didn't last long. And we'll start with Joaquin Rodriguez inbounding the ball. Second period, Uruguay by 2. Parodi. Foul called on Jivan Jackson. That's his second, I think. Confirmed for you. Got a couple on Jackson. They've already got a couple on Lindo as well. 2 key players picking up early fouls. And how about another? Joaquin Rodriguez. The first break has done little to douse out his fire. 3 of 4 from 3, 12 points, 5 rebounds in 7.5 minutes. Jackson couldn't get his geometry right. Rodriguez now scanning. Iglesias from Rodriguez. Here's the man with the hot hand right now. The ball's going through everybody's hands for Uruguay. Up fake, no look pass, ball circulation, hot hands. Cools down. That's a timely moment on the perimeter. That would have been a beautiful team bucket from Uruguay. Joaquin Rodriguez a little off right. And then a fight over the rebound and the out of bounds call. Uruguay get it back up by 5. Parodi, penetrating, passing, push shot, rolls around the rim and off, rebound grab by Bell. Ezequiel Bell on the floor. So Panama could be a key component for them, but he had a really tough time shooting the ball in game 1. Jackson, Romero, with those long limbs stepping through and scoring, getting the and one opportunity as well. Long step, power, ability and flexibility for the finish. Third foul on Iglesias already. Nobody else has more than one for Uruguay. Panama has 9 points. Panama down only 2. So much movement with and without the ball. But a turnover in Joaquin Rodriguez. It's a turning for him. And this 3 and now the turnover. Right arm pushing Armstrong out of the way. A couple of early fouls on Uruguay as well, and got fairly quickly to the foul limit early on. In the first period, now in danger, not having much leeway to play tenaciously on the defensive end in the second period as well. Defense brought high, open shooter, well worked Panama over everything though. Whereas here, shot clock still going to tick here. 7 seconds to play. Let's create this shot. Well contested. Grabbed. Didn't go in though. Runner off right from Parodi. Jackson to Armstrong, this time good. Roberto Armstrong and Panama are level from 6 down, neck and neck through the first 12.5 minutes with a team that beat them by 33 only a couple of days ago. Rodriguez out of bounds off the leg of Bell. Bell, who the America Cup averaged 11 points, 6.7 rebounds, 2.7 offensive rebounds, 2 assists a game, but in game 1 of this window went 1 of 8 from the field. He did have 7 rebounds, 5 offensive boards, and a steal. No problem with his hustle. Rodriguez firing it in, still a tough shot, well contested by Romero. He's in the mood to run. Romero again, that long stride, that controlled footwork and that finish, and Panama from being beaten by 33 to being down 6 to being ahead on the road here in the Uruguayan capital. That one from Eric Romero, who hits double figures, will force a timeout from Gerardo Jauregui on the Uruguay bench. Sure, the 2-point shooting numbers during that time are just 1-2 so far for Uruguay. Their outside shotters dried up as well now. But it's amazing where it all starts from, what stiffer defense and better rebounding can do. A number of forced misses, protected their backboard, and doing so built the platform from which to run and use their athleticism more in the open floor. Something that worked painfully against them in the first game. Uruguay protected their backboard, forced misses, and were free-flowing on the fast break. It's a risky pass in the paint. They get it back. Uruguay still determined to play with that swagger, but Panama now playing with intensity. That's a really tough shot. Offensive rebound, 2 players on the same team going for the same ball. Several opportunities to score out of the timeout for Uruguay, not taken. Panama by 2. Uruguay really struggling to score, even more so in this second period. Lindo back in after the too early fouls. It's a deep 3 short. This is the issue when you take and miss those threes. Uruguay love to run. Rodriguez, player downed, no foul. He turns around, picking himself back up and sees the ball in his bucket. Joaquin Rodriguez with 14 first half points. Now it was only the second 2 of the game for Uruguay. It gets them level. Right on the money. From Panama's star tonight, Derek Romero. 13 points, only scored 9 in the first game. Free route to the rim, the finger roll falls for Parodi. Bell, maintain the loose ball, can Romero. And Panama looking to organise with Gaskins. Heavy on the 3, there's that chance to run again. It's just what we've been talking about. Missed shots, rebounds, and the ability to get out in front quick. Uruguay did it all game long in the first game. Panama turned the tables on them early on in this one, but Uruguay found their flow again.
Aquí, está empujando a la línea de 3, empújalo.
Escuchá, vamos vueltas para Trevor. Para Trevor, ¿eh? Venite acá y que Trevor quede en la esquina, ¿sí? Ezequiel, primer bloqueo. Primer bloqueo. No, bueno, igual al revés, para. Romero, Ricky. Tocás acá y te quedás en la esquina. ¿Estamos? Vamos. Handoff y repick con vos. Handoff y repick. 1, 2, 3.
Fastest down the floor that time was Juan Ducase. Points and appreciation at the pass that was perfect. Uruguay ahead, Joaquin Rodriguez running the show. Not just about his 14 points, but 8 rebounds, an assist now and a steal. Across the midway point of the second. Oh, big rack attack. Rising to rock it in a big way was Bell. Turnover Uruguay. That one too high for Bell. Moments where you just need a bit more composure to make the most of the character you've just shown on defense. Rodriguez says, keep up with me if you can. He's drawing so much attention, creating open shots for his teammates. There's another pass just whipped in. And again, he has to point and say, thank you very much, Juan Ducase. Rodriguez has been all about his scoring and rebounding. Now he's showing his playmaking ability as well. A couple of assists in quick succession, both for Ducasse. Panama have had a sequence of turnovers, and Rodriguez is just going through the gears and going to the goal. And Uruguay's foot is firmly on the gas again. Joaquin Rodriguez powering through. There's the big finish from Bell, but the big stat line is from this young man. Joaquin Rodriguez, in 13.5 minutes, has 8 rebounds, 2 assists, 2 steals. He's 5 of 7 from the field, including 3 threes. And now 4 of 4 at the line for 17 points. Jackson, Panama down 5. Largest lead has been 6 for Uruguay. Panama overturned that. Now they're going to have to go to work again. 3-point shot rattles in for Jivan Jackson. He's made a couple in this game already, having gone 1 of 8 in the first game. 8 points for Jackson now. Who turned over, and the foul on the defense on Parodi. Trying to convince the officials that's on the shot. Always try. That's the 3rd on Uruguay. Too early, that's the first 6. 3 minutes to play in the first half. Jivan Jackson. 8 points, feeling confident, slipping, falling to his backside, almost traveling with it, missing, then almost grabbing the rebound, happy to get scrapes and scratches down on the hardwood. And he does indeed save possession for Panama. Jackson really fighting tonight. 8 points, 3 assists. And a steal so far. So Panama the opportunity to try and get level again from 5 down, or maybe even take the lead again. Despite the fact that Joaquin Rodriguez has 17 points. So he gets it back in the corner. Quick, Uruguay will push the pace. All 5 flooding forward. There's the trailer for the triple that doesn't drop. Rodriguez would have hit 20 points in the half. Had that gone down. And it doesn't just go one way, it goes both ways for Uruguay. They're often at times as fast getting back on defense as we saw here, as they are flooding forward on offense. Second foul on Rodriguez. Uruguay pick up their 4th. This one was on the shot. Any further fouls, shooting or not, for the rest of this half now from their defense will send Panama to the line. Jivan Jackson up to 9 points. Could be the 2nd Panama scorer in double figures behind the 13 of El Romero. And he is. As he rattles around the rim, pops up and goes in off the glass. 2 of 8 from the field, but 4 of 4 from the line now. And 3 assists with only 1 turnover. Just a few days ago, it was a 33-point margin in favor of Uruguay on the road. Now they're at home. They can't shake off Panama. Pomori puts them back ahead. And for him, Mitchell. Jivan Jackson. Ezekiel Bell just volleys the ball into the bucket. Rodriguez. Turnover on Joaquin Rodriguez, who wanted the foul. That was a 4-on-3 momentarily. Big attempt to the finish from Lindo, fouled on his flight path. He's really struggled to get going. They weren't going to give him anything easy there, nor did they want to be on the wrong side of a poster. Lindo earned them from the line. He's 0 of 4 from the field. And 1 of 2 at the line. He's got 2 turnovers as well and 3 fouls. A really tough 12 minutes of action for Ricardo Lindo, one of Panama's star players. He's playing in the Euro Cup with Jailborg this season, averaging 6.5 points, 4.5 rebounds, 1 steal and 1.1 blocks a game. This pair here puts Panama back up by 2 towards the end of the first half. We'll have a timeout from Uruguay.
Entonces tenemos que no perder la concentración. Es un partido de trabajar sobre los errores del rival. Estamos cometiendo algunos. Entonces, tranquilidad para ejecutar mejor, volvernos a pasar la pelota. Para eso tenemos que empezar a buscar la ventaja, tocar y los tiros de vuelta, los tiros buenos, tiros calientitos. Vamos a hacer un abajo. Vamos a hacer un abajo. La van a jugar ustedes 3 la abajo y vean si podemos poner, déjense en top lock y pueden poner chico a chico para ir al aro. ¿Sí? Abajo.
Rebounding numbers are almost dead even here. In favour of Uruguay in the first game. Three-point shooting from Panama still hasn't been great, but they haven't taken too many. They've been able to attack on the interior. It all starts with the biggest improvement, the most important facet of their performance in this game, an improvement on defense. They were really off it on home court on Friday. Rebound grabbed by Mitchell. Mitchell wanting to go to work one-on-one. So powerful through the paint. And the finessed finish as well from Akil Mitchell. So Panama by 4, having trailed by 6, to produce a 10-point swing in this first half. Final minute of it. Their defense improving even more so the longer the game's going on. Oh, somehow playing the pass in the corner. Shot wouldn't bank in. Mitchell looking to protect his backboard. Felt he was fouled. Wide open spot for 3. That's short. It's going to hurt if it goes. And they've called it on a goaltend. The 3 good for Uruguay. That is really painful for Panama. Shot interference from Akil Mitchell. You see it there. After they've worked so hard, but what a save it was in the corner for Uruguay. Like they'd run out of room, but the pass inbounds kept the offense going, and ultimately they scored from it.
para cerrar, ¿sí? Estemos atentos corto acá para los rebotes. Y esto va a forzar así. Vos. Vamos, 1, 2, 3.
This one is touch tight. Let's look at that shot interference again, I think. You're going to see Gil Mitchell touching the rim when the ball was still on it. So that goes down as a 3 for Vescovi. Uruguay back within 1. First score for Vescovi as well, who missed his previous 4 shots in this game. No differential between shot clock and game clock. Able to pick it up in the backcourt. Jivan Jackson, now 8 to shoot. Jackson attacking, spinning, going back the other way, short. Trying to do it all himself. A chance to heave it from centre court, perhaps. It wasn't away in time. So Panama have the lead at half-time. They lead by 1 in the Uruguayan capital against the same opposition who beat them by 33 on Friday. It's Uruguay 40, Panama 41 here on game day 2 of the World Cup 2027 qualifiers. See Panama shooting slightly better on the inside. Uruguay still shooting better on the outside. Not much difference at all in terms of points, nor in terms of rebounds, assisted even. Uruguay committed the 1 extra turnover. Let's look at the leaders. Rodriguez, 17 points for Uruguay, leads all scorers, but 2 in double figures for Panama. They've had a better offensive spread. They've got the same amount of rebounds in this one, the same amount of offensive rebounds. They've either got better than the first game or evened up from the first game, the categories that they were bested in against the same opponents just a few nights ago. Defense has been the key, though, to getting them those spaces on offense, keeping down Uruguay's points tally. Uruguay poured them in on game day 1. 93 points from Uruguay in that first game on the road in Panama, but out of 40 at the half here. Having shot 47% with 14 made threes in the first game. Only 6 made threes at 33% at the half for Uruguay in this one. The perimeter defense for Panama much improved, and so too has been their confidence and ability to finish on the offensive end because of that. Gil Mitchell in a bullish mood. And Romero have done really well. And with the guard, Jivan Jackson.
Oh my goodness sakes, that's a throwdown. Goes in for the dunk. Good night. Too big, too strong, and just too good.
Bogdanovich, who goes in and scores. Ah!
This is what it's all about.
It's all one big basketball family, folks. Both teams over the limit. You have got to be kidding me!
Drives inside, oh, rejected, swatted away, Echenique. It's a strong move inside, but the long wingspan of Echenique provides the rim protection.
Beauchamp begins coming in, he shows us his hops. Well, the words worth the price of admission come to mind when you look at Beauchamp. Bounce pass, Tito Casero gets blocked by Cafaro.
And Bridgewater picks it from behind. They have numbers, they throw it up, they throw it home. And this is a highlight reel when the Bahamas get out and run.
Well, they're going to get a trap there, dribbled right into it. Odish, can he find a way out? He does. Good ball movement for Jamaica. And the slam for Facey. What an addition he is, the feed.
Trying to assert themselves, but they just give it straight back. And Uruguay get the steal and the finish.
Nice pass inside, but Jones is rejected by Charles Badioko, who flexes after that one. And this time, he is rewarded by his teammates. He gets the block on the defensive end, sprints the floor, and gets the assist from Bell Haynes.
Oh, Borges, what a time. Obrigado, boa noche. What a play by Flamengo's Alexei Borges.
He's got 10. It's a steal. Montero lobs it up, and Soriano brings down the house. Timeout, Mexico. The DR brought it down, and they have their biggest lead of the game.
Shot clock down to 7. Odish running into trouble. Will take a tough 3. Doesn't get it. The rebound. Coburn tips it home. Jamaica fired up. Coburn with an offensive rebound and a putback, of course. It would be the big man. What a game from him. 26 and 15. And the game is done. So the basket counts. The officials said there is no time left, and Jamaica have got a famous win here.
How many times are we going to see this?
Baseline, are you kidding me?
Papa Nicolau says, give it to me. I go attacks to close out. Feed Bruno inside. Fills it up. It's all right.
Welcome back to the Uruguayan capital, Montevideo. These fans still making plenty of noise, even at half-time. It has been a thoroughly entertaining opening 20 minutes. Now at the main intermission, we'll take a look at the top scorers for their respective nations. Eric Romero, 13 points. And he's the personification of Panama's improvement, especially with his ability to score in the paint. 5 of 5 from 2-point territory. 0 of 1 on the outside, but 3 of 3 at the line as well. 13 points with just 1 miss, 5 rebounds and 3 offensive rebounds. Romero really has been the key in his 16.5 minutes on court so far. Panama dominating points on the interior, points in the paint, and also have the advantage, or at least did have the advantage early on in offensive rebounds, and helping to stay close to their hosts. Top scorer in the game, though, is Joaquin Rodriguez, one of Uruguay's stars. At times it's been just the Rodriguez show. 17 points, 8 rebounds, 2 assists, and 2 steals in his just under 17 minutes on court. Rodriguez making both of his 2s. Also 3 of 6 on the outside and 4 of 4 at the line. It's with a 24 efficiency at halftime. Nobody else for Uruguay is higher than a 6 efficiency. Contrast that with Panama, who've had more of a spread of contributors behind the 13 points of Romero. 6.6 rebounds from Akil Mitchell, as well as a steal. 10 points, 4 assists from Jivan Jackson. Joaquin Rodriguez needs some help now for Uruguay. They led by 6 earlier and trailed by 5, or trailed by 4, I believe. And then came that shot interference on a 3 that closed the gap to 1. It's a comparatively low-scoring half for them versus the one they had on the road in Panama to burst away early against the same opponents on Friday. Uruguay won that first period 28-12 in the first game. And then won the second period by 7 as well. So they had a 23-point lead at half-time. A few days later, on their home court against the same team, they're down 1 at the main intermission. And they're putting plenty of things right. 4 threes in that first game. They've made 3 already here. Even though they're still not shooting the ball well, it's an improvement. See the leaders in the different categories. Rodriguez, points and rebounds. 3 assists for Parodi. Uruguay had 26 assists in that first game as a team. They finished 8 in the first half here. We have 3 players with multiple assists though, including Joaquin Rodriguez, who's done a lot of some things and a little of all the other things. They've not had it as much perhaps their own way as they believed they might have done after a 33-point road win against the same team on game day 1. The assist provided in the game is Jivan Jackson. 10 points. Going with tough field goal shooting, but 4 of 4 at the line. 4 assists, a steal and just 1 turnover. Rose team high 13 points, coming along with 5 rebounds, 3 of which have been on the Uruguay backboard. Limiting turnovers has been important for them as well. They had too many turnovers, allowing Uruguay to run, especially in that first half of the home game. They got better as the game went on, Panama, but that also a little down to Uruguay taking their foot off the gas, perhaps, with such a huge lead. 23 points to lead at half-time, 33 it finished. Each quarter did get closer. Lost the first period of the first game by 16, lost the second by 7, lost the third by 6, and the final quarter by 4. Steady improvement has continued into game day 2. This one, after they lost the first period by 2, won the second period by 3. The first quarter out of 6 against Uruguay, they've won over this window, which sees them ahead at half-time. They also only had 9 assists in the whole game, that first game. They finished 8 in the half here. this one, did Gonzalo Garcia's team. And a different game for Gerardo Auri of Uruguay. They have their first test of this World Cup qualifying campaign here tonight. This window, Panama go to Cuba and Argentina in the next window in February. In fact, it's essentially the same schedule for Uruguay. They also go to those two nations, just the other way around. That means in the final window in July, it's home games for Panama against Cuba and Argentina, and then for Uruguay against Argentina and Cuba in reverse. Follow all of those fixtures, results and stats if you get the World Cup Qualifiers app. Press that QR code quickly. Not quite quick enough at this time of the day. Find it by searching for it in the App Store. Six the largest lead for Uruguay, 4 the largest lead for Panama. It's 1 at the half. Despite Panama having a tough half for Ricardo Lindo, one of their star players as well, showing a bit more depth. Showing a bit more of everything. There's their 5 on the floor. They start with the ball and the 1-point lead in the third period. Spin into trouble, but a foul. Mitchell could have just as easily had it poked away from him. It's a foul. Pomoli. The foul count has been a bit difficult for Uruguay to manage in both periods as well. Jackson. Mitchell. Backing in, shot clock to 5. Mitchell draws to help defense. Free shooter on the perimeter, went for it himself. Not sure that was wise. Miro is at the top of the key, wide open. Unusual on-court lineup for Uruguay briefly. Fake, Roddy. Offensive rebound, it's batted away, recovered by Jivan Jackson. No score yet in the second half. Jackson, 4 assists, leading creator in the game. Step back, long 2 misses. Akil Mitchell knocked down after he was dispossessed. Joaquin Rodriguez fouled. He'll do his best to convince the official it's on the shot. Really after. Gaskins, first foul on Panama in the third period. Second quickly follows. He committed 7 fouls in the first half. Panama. Uruguay committed 11. Rodriguez pulls up for the 3, back iron. Dried up for him now. Dried up for Uruguay. Skip pass, far side. Good look for 3. Sweet string music to Panamaria's Jivan Jackson. Puts them up by 4 again, and an offensive foul on Uruguay. And Panama will have a chance for the out-and-out largest lead of the game. Foul on Bianchi. 2 in Uruguay to match the 2 of Panama since the main break. Uruguay committing 2 extra turnovers in the game. Oh, the finger roll wouldn't quite fall, but a trip to the line for Akil Mitchell. Playing really physical, really tough, really positive in the paint is Mitchell. This is Panama's largest lead. Gets the next, it'll tie the largest lead of the game that Uruguay had earlier. Short on it and a whistle. He was 3 of 3 at the line in the game before that, Akil Mitchell. 7 points, 6 rebounds and a steal. He's going to get a take 2 on this one. And he got it, so he remains perfect. And Panama from 6 down to 6 ahead. Pomoli. Rodriguez round into Mitchell. Troubled in traffic was Joaquin Rodriguez, and Panama clamping down on Uruguay's star scorer. Plenty of time on the shot clock. Oh, nice pass, quick swivel and score, and that time the foul on Mitchell. Caught behind the ball. And caught his man. And a chance at a 3-point play for Uruguay. Plays with his heart on his sleeve as well. Everything intense from Martin Rojas, including that turn to try and get free. That put the foul on Mitchell. It put the ball in the bucket. Jackson. Lovely touch pass, no luck to the corner. 3 goes down for Lindo, his first field goal. And that spells trouble for Uruguay if Lindo gets going as well. Panama have the largest lead of the game at 7. Deep 3-point shot, still with 7 seconds on the shot clock. Good ingenuity for Uruguay on the offensive end. They look rattled and Panama look focused. Mitchell, lovely flip finish off the window before the defense could arrive. Akil Mitchell puts Panama up by 9. What a flip of the script here in Montevideo tonight. Timeout for Gerardo Halri on the Uruguay bench. Panama have come to play in Uruguay tonight.
Vamos a empezar a tocar después de gol, vamos a hacer 100 y nos metemos en 20 con referencia. Terminamos zona, 2-3, hombre a hombre, el tercer pase y cruz en los pick and roll. Cerramos 50 con Cruz. Cerramos 50.
It's just a completely different game to the one these two contested on game day 1. The Panama have shot lights out. It's been about their intensity, their physicality, their focus, their commitment to the cause. They shot 48% from 2 and 33% from 3, but they lead here by 9. Significantly stunted Uruguay. Molly thrown to him out the pocket of his teammate, but he just ran into trouble. Hunt wanted a foul as he was met by a mid-air wall. Passing it really well, Mitchell. And an unsportsmanlike foul called as the shot goes down. Joaquin Rodriguez. The basket's going to count. Panama by 12. Rodriguez holding his face. Jackson drilling the three. And that came after the shot left the shooter's hand, but before it dropped through the rim. Far too aggressive. We talk about physicality being positive. That time it went over the boundary from Eric Romero. Rodriguez gets to 18 points. That's his first in a long time. He does have the double-double now. He's recently got to 10 rebounds. Now he's at 19 points, 2 assists and 2 steals. Uruguay get the ball back after the unsportsmanlike foul. Bomoli. They were trailing by 12. So the Uruguay ball by the looks of it, with only 4 on the shot clock. Oh, that's beautiful. Gonzalo Iglesias, who has been on the bench for a while on 3 fouls, back in with a bang. He's only played 5 minutes. He's knocked down a couple of threes. And he's got Uruguay all fired up. Look at the celebrations from Uruguay for the defensive stop. 4 fouls on Panama in the first 4 minutes of the third now. Uruguay have woken up. Rodriguez. Oh, he drifts forward and he drains. Joaquin Rodriguez, speaking of waking up again. Like a volcano laying dormant before erupting. And now with 22 points, 10 rebounds. It felt like only a few seconds ago. Panama are up by 12. Now it's a 4-point game. And an offensive foul. But the only silver lining here is that does not send Uruguay to the foul line, but it's a push off a game, not for the first time. Right forearm of Jivan Jackson. His 3rd foul, and now Panama look lost. Beautiful bounce pass, backdoor cut, flip up and in. And Uruguay are back within 2 from 12 down in a few blinks of the eye. Bomoli puts it in. Perfect pass, perfect timing, perfect take and make. Perfect time for Panama to call timeout. A 12-point lead at 6:25 at 42-54. Panama led by 12 points 57 seconds ago. It's now a 2-point game. A 10-0 run in less than a minute for Uruguay. Can Panama stand the heat? Jackson, contested shot, got it to drop off the fade and flail from the footwork. And Uruguay turned it over, so the response Gonzalo Garcia was hoping for off the back of the timeout. A score and a stop. Allows them to settle a little bit again around the midway point of the third period. Quick hands and a poor pass. And that's a bad combination for Jivan Jackson, but he gets away with it. They're so aggressive, Uruguay. The foul called against Pomoli there. But they like to get under the skin of attackers, and he feels that was a clear stop. Let's see what this replay tells us. We don't get to see it. First of two rolls out for Gaskins. And this is them both. Uruguay come up with the ball. They will feel justice done. Knocked away. Who's got it? It's another turnover. Both teams are really fighting now. Jackson working with Mitchell. Jackson in isolation. Great stride. Step back. Knocks it down. Jivan Jackson with a huge shot for Panama to open up a 3-possession lead. 21 for Jackson now. He's 5 of 8 from downtown. And he's getting back and doing dirty work on the defensive end as well. He really has stepped up. As a scorer, was doing well as a playmaker earlier on. He wriggles free of Joaquin Rodriguez. And he puts it in off the front of the rim. With a kind bounce off the backboard. 23 for Jivan Jackson. Rodriguez, his superstar rival right now, has been overtaken. They'll get another go after it wouldn't go down off the trampoline. Jackson. That was a heat check shot. Behind the lead for Panama. Back up off the back of that timeout. Uruguay had the 10-0 run. Since then, a 7-0 run for Panama. 3-point shot is good, though, for Vescovi. That's his second on 6 attempts. Romero will look to run interference here. And get it back as well. Elbow is high. It's a travel. It's that man putting his body on the line for his team again. Martin Rojas, a real warrior. Took an elbow to the face and got decked. It was a traveling call. Both teams are in the penalty. 2 minutes and change remaining in the third. 6 to lead for Panama. Bounce pass out to Parodi. Rebound Mitchell gobbles up another one. Might be a double-double for him pretty soon as well. Joaquin Rodriguez is a 22-point, 10-rebound double-double. He's got 4 assists and 2 steals with it. Panama now have 23 points from Jivan Jackson, the majority of which have come in this quarter. 5 assists. As their leading creator as well. They've got 13 points, 8 rebounds from Eric Romero. They now have 10 points, 7 rebounds, Nakil Mitchell. Haskins up to 4 points. 1 of 4 at the line. Good time shooting the ball so far in these qualifiers. Another beautiful bounce pass. Rodriguez in behind, the recipient of it. And he's able to put that assist on the highlight reel. 24 for Joaquin Rodriguez. It's the energy of the off-ball movement, but the precision of the pass as well. Lindo getting going as a scorer. Panama by 7, final minute of the third to come. 8 for Lindo. After a really tough start, hesitation dribble off the window, coming away with it. Another rebound for Mitchell, his 8th. And the pass as well, trying to thread it through, but the diligence on defense to get back and poke it away and win possession. I said it earlier, Uruguay, hard runners going both ways. Quintero coming in for Panama. He's played a minute of the game so far. Finger roll, glance off the glass, good. Uruguay within 5. Rojas the score. Panama scored 60 points, by the way, in the home game between these two on Friday. They have 64 already before the end of the third quarter. Retain the loose ball. Look for another 2. They'll have a chance still on the baseline inbound. There's Nicolas Martinez. Not too much of him tonight, just 4 minutes for Uruguay. A 22-year-old power forward with a ton of potential. He had 9 points, 5 rebounds in 16 minutes of the previous game. Six on the shot clock. 12-second differential, suffocating the shot, forcing the miss. On Jackson now getting the ball back. Looking to make it a 1-possession game heading into the final period here, Uruguay. 5 to shoot. Quick first step into the paint. Running shot, rebound, flipped up and in by Mr. Hustle again. Martin Rojas, the unsung hero for Uruguay. Some big plays from him through the course of the game. And that surely is going to be 61-64. The graphic late to update. Indeed, that is the score. Uruguay only down 3, having trailed by 12 to Panama in that third quarter. I guess shooting the better percentages in all shooting categories tonight, having been dominated by the same opponents on Friday, losing by 33 on their home court. It was another entertaining, full-blooded 10 minutes of Qatar 2027 qualifying action. And with their best offensive period any point in this window. 23 points, Up by 12, Uruguay answered with a 10-0 run in less than a minute and closed the gap to 2. Panama called a timeout, produced a 7-0 run of their own, created breathing room again. Evan Jackson found the switch to his flamethrower in that third quarter. Rodriguez has had his turned on all night. Uruguay battling back, getting at the buzzer within 1 possession, heading into the final period. And that QR code quickly if you can, and make sure you've got the courtside 1891 app. You should have it by now. If not, the perfect time to download it. Follow these continental qualifiers right the way through to the grand world stage of the World Cup. Qatar 2027. We're watching the Americas qualifying here. Action going on across Europe, Asia, and Africa as well through this window. Each of the 6 windows in the first stage of these qualifiers. In to reach the second stage and then ultimately to reach the World Cup. Uruguay, when it comes to Qatar 2027, they've gone over 4 decades without going to the World Cup. They're aiming to go 2-0 at the start of these qualifiers. Panama have failed to qualify for the last 4 editions. They're aiming for their first win of these qualifiers. No doubt Uruguay the favourites here tonight. Panama up by 3. Long range 2 gets nothing but nylon for Evan Jackson, who continues to bring it in a big way. He's got 25 points in as many minutes. Panama by 5. Parodi. Back out. He'll be the shooter, Parodi. Offensive rebound, too weak on the finish though. Certainly nothing weak about the rebounding of Vescovi. Grabbed it, missed it, just kept at it. Linda, this is 4. Got going a little bit in the third quarter. Ricky Lindo has to go to the bench. This is 3rd. Let's see. Was the 4th personal on Linda. Armstrong. Room to breathe, let alone pass. DP from near centre court. Off for Mitchell. The centre having to take the long-range 3. That gave him the chance to rebound though, after he hit the rim at the end of the shot clock from near centre court. Off the back of that rebound, we'll see it here. That's tough on Uruguay. They get it back. And an unsportsmanlike foul, is it? Yes, it is. At centre court. The basketball gods looking down on Uruguay here. Armstrong at centre court, leaving his arm dangling, stopping Nicolas Martinez. Martinez, who was Rookie Player of the Year in the Uruguayan League last season. He's drawn the unsportsmanlike foul, which will give Uruguay foul shots and possession. They are having a look at it. It's not a free path foul. This player's ahead of the play. Is there a legitimate attempt to play the ball? That long stride. His long arms as well. Nicolas Martinez able to gallop away over centre court. 2'6", 22-year-old. You can hear the reaction of the home fans. That will tell you the outcome of that video analysis. Free throws coming here and possession for Uruguay. Decision being explained to Roberto Armstrong. He'll be saying I was going for the ball. I'm not sure. Makes one of two. Well, he played 13 minutes a game at the America Cup in the summer, but he had a bigger role in qualifying. Did really well with it. Shot clock to 5 here. Vescovi. Oh, picked off in front of Rojas. Hard working, fronting up defense. Jackson, Armstrong. Look at the final 10 here with Jackson. He pulls up for the three. Good on Jackson. He's got 25 points. Couldn't add another triple. 5 of 8 from downtown before that miss. A wrap-around pass, elevation and conversion from Martinez. Uruguay hearing it from Montevideo. They now lead the points in the paint count. They were dominated in the first half in that regard. But Akio Mitchell just quietens out the noise. Pulling up in transition for the three, instead slowing it down and going baseline. Armstrong not budging. And they're working really hard on the defensive end to fluster their hosts. Parodi slips it in. Rojas, was he fouled? No. Couldn't reach it. Was he pushed? No. He's not happy, nor is the Capital. But Panama just keep on doing what they're doing. Fast and physical. And determined to cause an upset here tonight. Going to predict anybody in this group to finish second, you'd have probably gone with Uruguay. Especially the way they dominated Panama in the previous game. The reverse wouldn't go for Vescovi on his burst to the basket. Jackson, another 27 points for G-Man Jackson. Panama by 6, 6 to go. Pressure applied to Uruguay. It's Panama's third foul, so only one to give the rest of the way now. This is Group D of the Americas. Also in this group, Argentina, of course, the favourites. Cuba, perhaps the biggest underdogs. Uruguay and Panama, the two in the middle, but Uruguay won by 33 in the first game between these two. Joaquin Rodriguez says to G-Man Jackson, I can answer for my country. Two superstars answering the call. So too these fans in Montevideo. 27 points for both of those players now. Uruguay pick it off, power forwards. Foul on the defense before the flying rejection. And that'll be Panama's fourth foul. Plowed through and then flown over by his teammate. As Romero's block won't go down in the box score. He foul first, drawn by Vescovi. G-Man Jackson picks up his fourth. Maybe that's the only thing that can stop him scoring. G-Man Jackson, 27 points. 5 assists as well. But now 4 fouls. Joaquin Rodriguez, 27 points. 10 rebounds. 4 assists, 2 steals. Only 2 fouls for Joaquin Rodriguez. Vescovi at the line, makes them both. Uruguay back within 1. Fans starting to feel a big finish for their team. Turnover. Chance to take the lead at the midway point of the 4th quarter. Turnovers on Panama now after they were protecting the ball well in the first half. And off on the perimeter, Rodriguez is going to go for another. Tipped out of bounds off Uruguayan fingertips. That looked to me like it was Romero. Of course, the baseline official had a much better view, but Uruguay players are also convinced it was off the Panamanian. I can understand why. Timeout will surely be a forensic analysis of the video. You can see those points off turnovers, crucial for Uruguay. It's only been happening really since the midway point of the 3rd quarter. Increase their aggression and intensity on the defensive end. And their turnovers piling up. Uruguay coming back from a 12-point deficit. Called Panama ball. The other thing to note at this juncture is the foul count. Uruguay have plenty of leeway to continue to play hard and try and keep forcing those turnovers. They've only committed 1 foul in this quarter. Any further defensive fouls from Gonzalo Garcia's Panama will result in free throws already. And some of that tenacity from Uruguay. An inbound pass and then on the ball handler. Looks like Jackson's going to go until the end of the game or until he fouls out. Open 3, Gaskins. Huge shot from a man who was 0 of 6 in the first game. Just his 2nd field goal tonight. Trevor Gaskins gets the wide open look and makes the most of it. They'll try and cancel. Back iron. Offensive rebound, though, for Parodi. A fresh 14. Uruguay down 4. Down the right rail. Banked in. Through all kinds of contact. Santiago Vescovi with a chance at a three-point play. Incredible poise and power to finish through the contact. He takes it right at Romero. He's come to the fore in the fourth. Santiago Vescovi. Comparatively quiet the first 3 quarters. He's now up to 10 points, 3 rebounds, 2 offensive rebounds, 4 assists, and 6 steals for Vescovi. He's been the key component to this late improvement from Uruguay, particularly with that defensive tenacity. Second foul on Uruguay. Still 2 to give. 7 steals, by the way, is the record in America's World Cup qualifying. Sergio Rojas had 7 steals for the Dominican Republic against the Virgin Islands back in November of 2017. The players have had 6. 7 the record coming into this window. And we have 6 here tonight for Santiago Vescovi. Uruguay on 3 fouls now, so just 1 to give in the final 4 minutes. This is touch, tight and tense. Jackson trying to wriggle free. Trapped in coffin corner, found a way out. Hand in the face of the shooter. Off from Mitchell. Check of the rearview mirror from Parodi to see who is arriving. 3-point shot, bang! Uruguay by 1 from 12 down. And it has to be him, Santiago Vescovi. On what could be a record-setting night for the man who's got 6 steals. Now 13 points. A pie and the powerful finish in the paint from Romero. Panama forcefully back ahead. Put in the air in Romero. Free to play. Panama by 1. Gliding to the goal, but heavy-handed at the end. Can Panama make the most of that miss from Parodi? Mitchell. Romero. Had the defensive ceiling put up. They'll try and upgrade to a 3. Wouldn't go for Jackson. How about Gaskins? Got it. 2 from downtown late on for the hero of the final hour, Trevor Gaskins. He's finally arrived in this World Cup qualifying window. The man who shot 39% from downtown at the AmeriCup has been off all weekend. There's the highlight reel throwdown from Romero. But more of a talking point here, the 2 late triples from Trevor Gaskins, who was 0 of 6 from the field in the first game, but Panama lost by 33. They lead this one by 4. Gaskins up to 10 points. Has become the 4th Panama player into double figures. And 6 of those points have come from the perimeter over the last few minutes. He only had 1 field goal in the game before that. He was also just 1 of 4 from the foul line. But 2 huge triples late on in this game. Uruguay down 2 possessions, 2.5 to play. Bounce pass, finger roll, falls, and the foul. Just stretching enough to convert that time. Santiago Vescovi has become a superstar. The longer this game has gone, the better he has become. He's now not only a potential record-setting stealer, he's Uruguay's 2nd top scorer, 16 points. Three boards, 4 assists, 6 steals for Vescovi. Uruguay still down 1 though. How many more twists and turns to come in this game? Jackson playing on 4 fouls. Up against Vescovi, very near the 7th. Jackson still able to grab the handle on the ball and then got fouled. Uruguay's 4th. Jackson and his teammate Lindo both on the court right now for Panama on 4 fouls apiece. Vescovi also has 4 fouls, as does Bianchi. Mitchell drops it off to Jackson, and he gets the bounce of the iron. Panama by 3 into the final 2 minutes. Jivan Jackson, 29 points. Vescovi, the main man for Uruguay in the 4th. Deep 3-point shot, and there's a pot of gold at the end of the rainbow. 80-80 with 90 seconds to play. Parodi from way beyond the setting sun. He was 1 of 6 from 3 before that one. Poked away, and a whistle against Vescovi. No, it's a turnover. Santiago Vescovi picking pockets, and it was a kick ball. After Vescovi got to it again. $16 turnovers now on Panama. And a free spot in the paint for Uruguay to find Joaquin Rodriguez and the lead as we enter the final minute. $29 for Rodriguez to tie the 29 of Jackson. And it all came about of another defensive stop initiated by Santiago Vescovi. Not officially credited with the record-tying 7th steal. But he won't care if his team go on to win this one. They were protecting the ball well early on, but the turnover count of Panama has started to tally up quicker and quicker the longer this game has gone on. Santiago Vescovi, a huge part of the reason why. To 6 of Uruguay's 9 steals. It's helped to initiate so many of those 16 Panama turnovers. It's 5 more turnovers than Uruguay. We're seeing the wrong clock. It's 1 minute and 8 remaining. 68 seconds to play. Uruguay by 2. Jackson, 29 points. Gets away, penetrates the paint, in traffic. Somehow it came to Mitchell, who put it in. He's got his double-double. Akil Mitchell, 14 points, 10 boards now. These two level at 82. Final minute. Vescovi. He'll take it at Mitchell. Creates a bit of breathing room. Can't put it in. Offensive rebound, though. 3-point shots. Back guy in. They'll battle again, but coming up with is Lindo. Could he be a late hero on a tough night? We've got a 4 to 5 second differential between shot clock and game clock. Van Jackson, could it be a 30-point piece for him? Hearing whistles and jeers from the Uruguayan capital. Passed on, way off from Mitchell. Chance for Uruguay to win it. Who's going to throw it up? The pass! Bang! Martin Rojas stealing the spotlight. He got it away in time. He gets Uruguay the win, having trailed by 12 in the second half. The timing couldn't have been better. There's commotion afterwards, of course. Fans on their feet in the capital. Panama, crestfallen, had bridged what was a 33-point gap from the first meeting between these two. And they thought they had one hand on the win. And surely there's no time to add on here. There's plenty to discuss for the officials. Martin Rojas with a go-ahead score off Vescovi's rebound and assist. It left his hand right at the perfect moment. Vescovi clearly off the palm of the hand. And sparking wild scenes of celebration, and for Panama, frustration. And they're going to be able to celebrate again here in a few seconds' time. Martin Rojas, that's away with 0.4. Time has expired. Panama, you feel for them, but they are done. Having done everything within their power to bridge a 33-point gap and cause an almighty upset. But how painful for Panama at the buzzer. They had a chance to win it themselves. Heartbroken in Montevideo. And Vescovi, the star for Uruguay, in crunch time, would have been forgiven for panicking and putting it up himself. Instead, he plays the perfect pass with perfect timing. And Rojas becomes the hero. So the foul called stops the clock at 0.3. Now, Martin Rojas with the and one at the line. The clock expired as the ball went through the basket, but the foul came first. He misses on purpose. No time to get it away, although a very good attempt to do so, and Uruguay can just celebrate the win again. From 12 down in the second half, they avoid an almighty upset on home court in Montevideo. Martin Rojas getting the plaudits for putting the finishing touches on a tremendous second half and fourth quarter, ultimately from Santiago Vescovi, as well as a great all-round game from Joaquin Rodriguez. Rodriguez with a 29-point, 10 rebounds, 4 assists, 2 steal double-double. But Vescovi ended up with 16 points, 6 assists and 6 steals, the majority of which came after halftime. And on the wrong side of the result, you feel the most for Jivan Jackson, who loses despite 29 points and 6 assists tonight. And Ferrero Romero, who was a star throughout, 15 points, 9 rebounds, 4 offensive rebounds. For Akil Mitchell, who had the 14-point, 11 rebounds, 5 assists, double-double. 3 almighty displays for Panama still were not enough. Jackson and Rodriguez were going at it, 29 points each. Mitchell with the double-double on the wrong side of the result as well. $29 points, 10 boards, 4 assists, 2 steals for Joaquin Rodriguez, including 5 made threes. But how about Santiago Vescovi? He was arguably more impressive down the final stretch. And I think his impact illustrated most significantly by the fact that Uruguay were plus 11 in Vescovi's 31.5 minutes of action. He was doing it all late on. One of a number of performers for Uruguay with contributions littered throughout the box score categories. And what a moment for Martin Rojas, who put in so many hustle plays throughout the course of the evening, ends up becoming the hero scorer. Uruguay move to 2-0 at the top of Group D as they win this one at the buzzer, having won the first by 33 points. From me, Tim Long, a pleasure having your company for it. We'll see you next time for more qualifying for Qatar 2027.